Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya
Jaya Jaya
Sri
Sri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Jaya
Jaya Nityananda.
Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita
Jaya
Chandra
Chandra
Jaya
Jaya
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhaktavinda.
श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। सामवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञान तिमिरांधस्य ज्ञानांजन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. This week's Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. We're reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya Khanda, and this chapter is entitled uh, Lord Chaitanya delivers Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He reveals his six-armed form, Shadbhuja Gauranga form, and then Lord Chaitanya travels to West Bengal. So we have been reading this chapter for a couple of weekends already. So far we read how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was delivered. So Mahaprabhu, after arriving in Jagannath Puri, he was very, very sweet to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He said, please, I take shelter of you. You teach me. I have come here to see Lord Jagannath. Uh, so please teach me, like that. So there we saw how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, being bewildered by Lord Chaitanya's Maya, he actually considered Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be a young sannyasi, and he started instructing him, telling him why he took sannyas, what are the pitfalls of accepting sannyas. When you take sannyas, you become proud and you think you have become Narayan, which is actually completely against the principle of bhakti. You are already in a very good position of bhakti. Uh, I haven't seen this type of bhakti in any human being. Why did you even take sannyas? Besides all this, you are so young. How are you going to maintain sannyas? This is not the age to take sannyas, like that. And then Mahaprabhu said, don't think I'm a sannyasi, because actually, I was just feeling great separation from Jagannath. So, in order to leave home, I just shaved off my sikha and I just came to see Lord Jagannath. So, don't treat me like a sannyasi. Please, don't trick me. Please teach me. Sarvabhauma said, how can I teach you? I know you're a very learned person, Nimai Pandit, right? How can I teach you? Then Mahaprabhu said, no, please. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, uh, okay, which part? Mahaprabhu said, I want to study Srimad Bhagavatam from you. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, which part of Srimad Bhagavatam did you not understand? Which part do you need explanation? I will try to explain as far as I'm able. So Mahaprabhu said, explain Atma Ramascha Munayo verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya explained that verse in 13 different ways, saying that the Lord, bhakti to the Lord is the root of all truth. Anyone who does bhakti, he gets liberation. Like that. One who does bhakti, he transcends the three modes, he gets liberation. In this way, he gave 13 different explanations. And after that, he said, I don't know anymore. This is all I know. Then Mahaprabhu said, ah, very nice. Now I will tell you some more explanations. You tell me if it is right. What I am telling you, is that right or not? You tell me. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya heard that Mahaprabhu is going to say some more explanations. He is going to give some more explanations. How is it possible for any human being to give any more explanations than what I have given? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is Brihaspati. So how can he's the most learned, he's the guru of the demigods. How can anyone give more than what he's giving? But when Mahaprabhu started explaining, uh, and all his explanations were all original verses. Nobody had ever thought of those explanations before. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya heard this, he was like, my God, this person cannot be a human being like that. And then uh, Mahaprabhu, after explaining all this, revealed his six-armed form. Six-armed form means in two hands he's holding bow and arrow, and in two hands he's holding the, he's holding the flute, and in two hands he has the sannyas danda and kamandalu. That means he's showing that he himself is Krishna, Lord Ramchandra, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is Shadbhuja form. There are different other types of Shadbhuja forms also, but this is what uh, Mahaprabhu revealed to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And then smiling, the Lord said, Sarvabhauma, so do you think I'm eligible to take sannyas now? I came here just to reveal myself to you. Why? Because you are my servant, birth after birth, right? The Lord only reciprocates with his devotees. He has nothing to do with his non-devotees. With non-devotees, he doesn't deal with them at all. But because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was his devotee, the Lord came for him. And even when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was giving all those explanations, uh, teaching Mahaprabhu, and when he was instructing him about sannyas, Mahaprabhu just smiled, looked at him, and he just smiled. After hearing those 13 explanations, Mahaprabhu, what was he? It's like a father looking at a son. So Mahaprabhu is looking at him and smiling because he's seeing this is my devotee. So even though Sarvabhauma was instructing Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu was just smiling at him because this is my devotee. So the Lord tolerates his devotees because he has so much love for his devotee. And then when Mahaprabhu smiled, Sarvabhauma said, my Lord, he said, you are a sannyasi and I'm a grihastha. It's not right that as a grihastha I should instruct you. Um, I become an offender like that. But anyway, after the whole thing, when Mahaprabhu revealed his form, Sarvabhauma just fainted. He fainted. Then Mahaprabhu touched the head of Sarvabhauma. So Sarvabhauma came back to consciousness, but still he was uh, stunned. Then Mahaprabhu touched his lotus feet to the heart of Sarvabhauma. Taking the lotus feet, now he was in ecstasy, right? Sri Krishna Chaitanya, my Lord, my Master, please uh, uh, give me love of Godhead like that. You are my Master, birth after birth. You are the one who stole my heart. Today I got the lotus feet of the one who stole my heart. He was holding the lotus foot of Mahaprabhu to his heart like this, and he was saying, then uh, uh, yeah. Sarvabhauma actually recited on the spot. He composed 100 verses in glorification of uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And these 100 verses are called Sarvabhauma Shataka. Then Mahaprabhu said, whatever you said is all right, is all true. Anyone who hears or recites these verses, he will achieve love of Godhead. There is no doubt about it. Like that. So in this way, then one more thing, Mahaprabhu told him that please know that Nityananda Prabhu is my second self. It's me only coming in a different form. Uh, and also he told him, don't, whatever you saw today, you should not reveal to anyone. As long as I'm on this earth, you shouldn't reveal this to anyone. So then Mahaprabhu was performing pastimes like this in Jagannath Puri. He was living like this. Then slowly, one by one, the Lord's associates started coming to join him. So Paramananda Puri came, and Mahaprabhu was so happy when Paramananda Puri came. Paramananda Puri is a uh, uh, disciple of Madhavendra Puri, a very dear disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So when Paramananda Puri came, Mahaprabhu was so happy. I feel like Madhavendra Puri has come to me, like that. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami came and joined. Swarup Damodar Goswami, he was a constant companion of Mahaprabhu in the later pastimes. He would sing uh, verses to pacify the Lord whenever he was feeling separation from Krishna, from Lord Jagannath. Then Ramananda Rai came. So Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar Goswami were the companions of uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the later pastimes. Like this. And then also we read how Mahaprabhu once went to the seashore at night, and then he was um, he remembered like seeing the sea water, the ocean, the sea water. He got the same feeling as if he was seeing Ganga or Yamuna. And then in ecstasy, there he performed kirtan all night long with sitting with all the devotees, and so many ecstatic symptoms manifested on his body that nobody had ever seen. All the ecstatic symptoms were there at simultaneously, all symptoms of ecstasy simultaneously on him. And these ecstasies were actually personalities. They were expansions of Krishna, these ecstasies that manifested on Mahaprabhu. So all the devotees were floating in an ocean of bliss there, seeing Mahaprabhu like that. Then on another occasion, we read Mahaprabhu went to Paramananda Puri. Paramananda Puri invited him for prasadam. And Paramananda Puri had a well. So Mahaprabhu asked, how is the water in your well? Paramananda Puri said, the water is horrible. It is so muddy, it is not drinkable. So Mahaprabhu said, oh, Lord Jagannath is a miser. Lord Jagannath's Maya spoiled this well so that nobody will drink its water. Anyone who drinks the water of Paramananda Puri's well, he becomes free from all sins. And Lord Jagannath's Maya has spoiled it so that nobody will take advantage of this. This is not good. Then, looking up, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in front of all the devotees said, "Oh Lord Jagannath, please make Ganga appear in this well." Like this. And then after some time, they all left. Mahaprabhu went back to his room. Everybody left. And Paramananda Puri also went to bed. That night, Bhogavati Ganga or Patala Ganga from the lower planets. You see, Ganga flows from top and goes all the way down to Patala. So she came from underneath and filled up that well with pure, clear water. It was filled up. So the next morning, when the devotees saw, they were in ecstasy. Ah, Hari, Hari. And when Paramananda Puri saw that, he just fainted. He fainted. Then Mahaprabhu got news that, oh, the well is filled with Ganga. He came to see the water. He drank the water. He was very pleased to see Ganga there. He drank the water, he bathed in the water, and he declared that anyone who drinks this water or bathes with this water, he will he will get pure devotional service to Krishna, he will go to Krishna. Like this. He gave this blessing. Uh, so then Mahaprabhu is now getting a desire to go and see Ganga in Bengal. Meanwhile, while Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri all this time, uh, the king, uh, Prataprudra Maharaj, was not in Jagannath Puri. He didn't yet see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was he went to fight a battle, a war, a battle with the king of Vijayanagar. So he was away from Puri when Mahaprabhu was here. So he didn't see Mahaprabhu. And now Mahaprabhu left Puri and he went to Bengal. So that's where we were reading. We stopped last weekend. So in Bengal, Mahaprabhu went to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's brother's house, Vidya Vachaspati, who lived in Vidyanagar. So arriving there, Mahaprabhu said, I have a desire to spend some time in the Ganga, right? I want to go and bathe in the waters of the Ganga. Actually, I want to go to Mathura, but before that, I want to spend some time here, seeing Ganga, spending time in Ganga. So I want to stay in your house to do that. And basically, he wanted to hide there. Like, hide means not tell anyone else. I've come here specifically to spend some time in the Ganga, like that. So Vidyavachaspati said, my lord, this is my great fortune for my entire family. Please, this is your home. And whatever there is in my house, consider it all yours. You stay here for as long as you like, and nobody will know that you are here. Don't worry. Like that. But who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He's Krishna. Krishna Surya Sama, right? So who can hide the sun? Who can hide the Supreme Lord? So soon news spread around that Mahaprabhu is in Vidyavachaspati's house. And all over Bengal, everyone heard Mahaprabhu's here. They all of a sudden they just got this enthusiasm and this great longing to go and see Mahaprabhu. They forgot all about their wives, their children, their homes, their jobs, whatever jobs they were doing. They just left everything and they started running literally. In great haste, they started going towards Vidyavachaspati's home. In millions of people were coming from all different directions, hurrying to Vidyavachaspati's home to get darshan of Mahaprabhu. They were going, and then all the roads were crowded with millions of people. There was no more room to walk on the roads because it was filled with people. Then people started going through jungles. The jungles were thick with bushes and trees, and they were just through thorn thickets. They would just go through them like that, not even considering. And nobody was harmed. Everybody just, they were, it was like you know they, nothing could stop them. Nothing could stop them. They were all going towards Vidyavachaspati. And what was in their mind? What were they thinking? Oh, I will go and fall on at his feet, and by this I will become free. I will ask him, my Lord, please uh, deliver me from the bondage to this material world. Like that, I'll go take darshan and I'll ask him. And another person is thinking, I don't even have to ask anything. If I simply see him, that is the fulfillment of all my desires. Everything will happen if I just get to see him. Someone else is thinking, oh, my son is a compulsive gambler. I will tell the Lord to please, make my son sober again so that he won't gamble. So everyone was going to Mahaprabhu, and someone else was thinking, I have offended him so much when he used to live in Navadvip. I didn't know about him. I want to go and beg forgiveness from him from those offenses. So in this mode, everyone is going. So let's continue reading from there. Another person, one second. Another person said, glorious, glorious is the boon I will ask. I will ask that I will never forget fair and handsome Lord Chaitanya. So what does this devotee want to ask? He wants to ask that I won't forget Mahaprabhu. This is what I will ask him. Nice boon, right? My Lord, please bless me so that I will never forget you. Like that. In these ways, the people talked as they traveled. So not that they were just thinking, they were talking to each other, right? What they are going to ask when they go there, when they see the Lord. So, in these ways, the people talked as they traveled. Their hearts were filled with bliss. In a moment, all these people came to the ferry landing. So now they have to cross the Ganga. So they came to the ferry landing. The ferrymen then fell into a great calamity. Thousands and thousands of people tried to climb into one boat. In a moment, even the big boats fell apart. Giving their extra clothing to the ferrymen, many people happily swam to the other side. So if the clothes were too heavy, right, to hold them down, they just gave them all to the boatman. You keep, and they just swam across the Ganga because the boats were all falling apart with so many people. Not able to cross in a boat, many people devised other ways to cross. Some held large clay jars to their chests and floated across. Some floated across on banana trunk rafts. Some happily swam across, simply they just swam. In the four directions, everyone chanted Hari. Hearing this chanting, it seemed the whole material universe would break into pieces. Yes. So, all you could hear was only one sound Hari, 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 Hari. And the sound was so loud, it appeared that the whole universe was going to break into pieces with this roaring of Hari. Here in Mayapur, we hear the roaring of frogs, because it's a low-lying area. When it rains, then all of a sudden there's a roar practically all night long, like frog kirtan, you just hear roar all night long and all day also you will hear. But how wonderful it must be when everyone, all you could hear is only Hari, 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 everywhere, everywhere. That's the only sound you're hearing. It is said, it appeared that the universe would break to pieces by this sound. Vidya Vachaspati, meanwhile, had gathered many boats. Okay, so he had arranged for the boats for people to come. I thought he said nobody would know. Anyway, Vidya Vachaspati had gathered many boats. No one waited for the boats. Everyone crossed in whatever way he could. They crossed in whatever way he could. They didn't wait for the boats. They didn't have the patience. Uh, they were in great eagerness to go and see the Lord. Lord Chaitanya had attracted the hearts of all. But for him, who has the power to do that, right? He's Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. Like a magnet is attracting everyone towards him. Who except him has the power to do that? So everyone was so attracted they didn't even wait for boats. Crossing the Ganga in this way, everyone grasped Vidya Vachaspati's feet. They said, "You are very saintly and fortunate, for Lord Chaitanya now stays in your home. Who has the power to describe your good fortune? Please deliver all of us. We are all sinners, fallen into the well of repeated birth and death. We have not seen the Lord. Please show us the Lord's feet. Then we sinners will attain the goal of life." Seeing the people's anxiety to see the Lord, the noble-hearted Brahmana Vidya Vachaspati shed tears of joy. Vidya Vachaspati is a great devotee, noble-hearted. So when he saw how eager these people were to see Mahaprabhu, he went into ecstasy. He shed tears of joy. My God, how much love these people have for the Lord. Taking them with him, he went to the house where the Lord stayed. Thousands and millions of people made a great tumult of chanting the names of Lord Hari. The names of Lord Hari alone stayed on everyone's mouth. No other word was spoken or heard. Then Lord Chaitanya, who is an ocean of mercy, stood up before everyone. So he actually showed himself to everyone. Yes. So originally he said, that I want to stay here. And then Vidyavachaspati said, don't worry, you can, nobody will know. Yes. But somehow people came to know and they started coming. And Mahaprabhu was actually very pleased, it is said. Uh, one second. Okay, so okay, so it doesn't say yet that Mahaprabhu was pleased. Okay, doesn't say yet. But now Mahaprabhu showed himself. Okay, he showed himself uh, to everyone. He stood up. There were millions, thousands of millions of people. Don't ask me how so many people fit there. This is a transcendental pastime. Anything is possible. So he stood up. Mahaprabhu stood up before everyone, hearing the chanting of Lord Hari's names and conquered by the people's good fortune, right? Their good fortune that they had this love for the Supreme Lord. That means all the bonds that were tying to this world are, loosened now, they're removed. So, seeing the good fortune of all the people, Lord Chaitanya very happily came outside. He got up and he came outside. Lord Chaitanya's form was very handsome and enchanting. No other form could compare with it. Lord Chaitanya's face was always handsome and cheerful. His two graceful eyes were flooded with tears of joy. The devotees had anointed his graceful limbs with sandal paste. His chest was covered with a great flower garland. His motions were like those of a graceful elephant. Raising his two graceful, knee length arms, he roared like a lion. Hari! Gazing at the Lord, the people in the four directions chanted Hari and happily danced. Falling to the ground, they offered Dandavat obeisances. Plunged in bliss, they chanted Hari, Hari. Raising their arms, everyone prayed, Lord, please deliver us sinners. Smiling, the Lord blessed everyone. Always remember Lord Krishna. Chant Krishna, worship Krishna, hear Krishna's name. Make Lord Krishna your whole life, your wealth, your very breath. This is Mahaprabhu's instruction to them and to everyone, to all of us. Mahaprabhu's instruction is always remember Lord Krishna, chant Krishna, worship Krishna, hear Krishna's name, make Lord Krishna your whole life, your wealth, your very breath. Hearing this blessing, everyone chanted Hari. Their voices choked. Of course, when Mahaprabhu is giving this instruction, with that is also coming the empowerment. So they all would now, so it was a blessing that they will now worship, chant, hear, and make Krishna their very breath, right? By Mahaprabhu's blessing. So when they heard this blessing, they all chanted Hari, right? In great joy. Their voices choked with emotion. Everyone offered prayers again and again. They said, to deliver the world, you descended to this world. In this hidden form, you appeared in Sachi's womb in Navadvip. We are all sinners. We did not recognize you. We fell into a blind well. O ocean of mercy, O Lord who does good to others, please be merciful to us so we will never forget you. In this way, offering prayers, the people in all the directions pleased Lord Chaitanya. The village became filled with people. They were very happy. They were pleased that Mahaprabhu showed himself to them and also he gave them blessings. So they were very happy. The people were very happy. And the entire village was filled with people from all over. There was no room in either the middle or in the outskirts of the village. Just people, people, people everywhere. Not one spot was left empty. Just filled with people, the entire village and outskirts also. Anxious to see the Lord, thousands and thousands of people tried to climb a single tree. That means more people are coming, but they cannot come inside to see the Lord. They were on the outskirts, but there's no room to move forward. So then they started climbing on trees so that they could get a glimpse of the Lord. Anxious to see the Lord, thousands and thousands, not one or two, thousands of them tried to climb a single tree. One tree, thousands were trying to climb. How many people climb the roofs of houses? It is only by the Lord's will that those houses did not collapse. Gazing at the Lord's graceful moon-like face, everyone called out, Hari! They roared like lions. From the different directions, the people again and again gazed at the Lord's graceful face. No one returned to his home. After enjoying many pastimes in this way, the Lord slipped away and went to Kuliyanagar. So now you can see nicely, right? What we are reading in Chaitanya Charitamrita. We read that the Lord went to Vidyavachaspati's house, and from there he went to Kuliya, which is modern day Navadvip. So you get more details of this pastime here in Chaitanya Bhagavatam. Uh, so from there he slipped away. That means without anyone's knowledge. He is the Supreme Lord, right? He can just disappear and appear elsewhere. So he just slipped away. Nobody saw him go, but he was not there anymore. Huh? Yeah, the Lord slipped away and went to Kuliyanagar. Now, what's happening in the meanwhile to Vidyavachaspati? Not telling Vidyavachaspati even. Huh? The Lord left with his associates. When the king of Vaikunta left for Kuliyanagar, everyone became tormented with grief. Of course, they didn't know that he went to Kuliya. All they saw was the Lord is not there in front of them anymore. He was in front of them a moment ago, and they were swimming in great bliss, in ecstasy, seeing the Lord. Hari, Hari, Hari. They were looking at him, climbing on trees, looking at him. They're filled with happiness, in bliss, and all of a sudden they don't see the Lord. Where is he? Where is he? And then plunged in an ocean of grief out of separation from the Lord. So, when the king of so what had happened? Mahaprabhu had already left for Kulyagram along with his associates, but the others saw that he is not there. So maybe he went inside the house or something like that. Vidyavachaspati, he himself didn't know, right? He looked in the four directions. Where did the Lord go? He had no power to see. Searching for, right? He was searching for the Lord everywhere, but not finding the Lord. Vidyavachaspati loudly wept. In their hearts, everyone thought the Lord must have gone inside the house. Now, the people, what are the people outside thinking? He's not there in front of us means he must have gone inside the house because nobody saw him come out and walk somewhere and go somewhere. So he must be inside the house. Thinking that the Lord would hear the names of Lord Hari and then come outside, everyone made a great tumult of chanting Lord Hari's names. So all the devotees know that when the Lord would faint in ecstasy, they would chant Krishna's names loudly in his ears, and that was very dear to the Lord, so it would bring him back to external consciousness. So all these people were thinking, the Lord is inside. If we chant loudly, he will come outside. They started chanting loudly, made a great tumult of chanting. Millions and millions of people chanted Lord Hari's names. I wonder what type of Sankirtan that must have been. Millions and millions of people at a time chanting Hari's names. The chanting filled Swargaloka, Martyaloka, Patalaloka, and all the worlds. After some moments, Vidyavachaspati came outside and told everyone that the Lord had gone. He said, the jewel of the sannyasis has cheated us sinners and gone away. At what time of the night did he go? In what direction did he go? I do not know. Oh, by the way, you remember we read last time that it's not like they were there and the day that the Lord arrived and everyone. No. For about 5 days or something, they were simply standing outside. They were just standing there day and night. There's no way to move anywhere. And they didn't want to go home also. They were just standing there days together to take darshan of the Lord. So Uh, so somewhere in the night, Vidya Vachaspati said, the Lord must have left in the night. We don't know, right? Uh, after some moments, Vidya Vachaspati came outside and told everyone that the Lord had gone. He said, the jewel of the sannyasis has cheated us sinners and gone away. At what time of the night did he go? In what direction did he go? Right? Where did he go? I do not know. My brothers, I tell you the truth. I do not know to what village Lord Chaitanya went. Trust in what Vidya Vachas. So when he said that, what were the people thinking? Trust in what Vidya Vachaspati said did not take birth in the people's hearts. They didn't believe him, right? He's just he doesn't want to share the Lord with all of us. He wants to keep the Lord to himself. That's why he's not telling us. So they didn't trust what he said. When he came out and he said, the Lord, is not here. I don't know where he went. I don't know when he went. I have no information whatsoever about the Lord. They didn't believe him. They didn't believe him. That he didn't know or that the Lord was not in his house. They didn't believe that. Everyone cheerfully thought, seeing the great crowds, the Lord is hiding inside the house, right? He must be hiding inside because so many people are here. Someone privately told Vidya Vachaspati, right? I am alone, show the Lord to me, right? Sometimes uh, similar experiences devotees have when their spiritual master is here, the personal servant is here. Like to everyone else, it's announced, no, today no darshan. Maharaj is not feeling well. He's not giving any darshan or something. So some person will go to, go and not exactly bribe, but go and talk to the personal servant. It's just me, just show me. I just want to see a glimpse, like that. So some people were going privately to Vidya Vachaspati. It's just me, it's not all of us. Once, just give me, once let me take a look at Mahaprabhu. Poor Vidya Vachaspati was already tormented with separation. So someone privately told Vidya Vachaspati, I am alone, show the Lord to me. Everyone grasped Vidya Vachaspati's feet. So like this, not one person, so many were going. Oh, so if we ask him, so many were going and grasping the feet of Vidya Vachaspati and saying, just one time, let us see him with our own eyes. Please, once. Then we will all happily return to our homes, right? We won't stand here. Once you show him to us and we'll go back. Promise. Please go to the Lord and tell him these words. He will not disobey your words. You're so dear to him. That's why he came to your house. He won't disobey your words. Please go and tell him once. We want to see. He will not disobey your words. In this way, we sinners will gaze on him. Again, Vidya Vachaspati explained what had happened, right? Why don't you believe me? The Lord is not here. He left already. But in their hearts, no one believed him. Still not seeing the Lord, after some time, the people spoke harshly to Vidya Vachaspati. They said, in his house, Vidya Vachaspati hides the jewel of the sannyasis. Then he comes and tells us lies. Why should he be unhappy if we become liberated? Why should he be happy only with his own liberation? Someone else said, a saintly person is merciful. He wants to liberate everyone. An ordinary person thinks, let good things happen to me, right? Only me. But a saintly person, uninterested in his own welfare, tries to save others, right? What are they saying about Vidya Vachaspati? He wants to keep the Lord to himself in his house, right? What about all of us, millions of people who are here? We just want one glimpse. He's feeding he's feeding Mahaprabhu, the Lord. Mahaprabhu is sleeping in his house. He's doing everything in his house. He got so much mercy from the Lord. We are only asking for one glimpse of the Lord. He's a devotee. A devotee should be concerned about others. A real devotee is not selfish for himself. Like this, they are talking about Vidya Vachaspati. So he's not sharing the Lord with us, right? Someone else said, even in ordinary activities, if a person gets many candies and then eats them all himself, his action is considered an offense. This person has found the Supreme Lord himself, the sweetest thing in the three worlds, right? Sweeter than any candy. And now he wants to be the only one to enjoy him. Then someone else said, this Brahmana is a cheater at heart. He will not be merciful and do good to others. On the one side, Vidyavachaspati was tormented by separation from the Lord, and on the other side, everyone was speaking badly about him, right? They were blaming him. In these two ways, that generous Brahmana suffered. He did not know what remedy would cure his sufferings. And you see, it's not just some 5 or 10 people standing in front of his house. Thousands of millions of people in the entire village and outside also. There's no room to go anywhere. Imagine if they became angrier, he would just come and attack him, and he would be finished then and there with his family and everything. So he's really in a great difficult situation. He didn't know what to do. And then of course he's already tormented that the Lord has left him. So in these two ways that generous Brahmana suffered, he did not know what remedy would cure his sufferings. Suddenly, see the suffering of Vidyavachaspati, suddenly a Brahmana came and whispered in Vidyavachaspati's ear, Lord Chaitanya went to Kulyanagar. Think what now you will do. So how does this Brahmana know, and who is this Brahmana? Krishna knows. Okay, but from somewhere when Brahmana comes, up until then nobody said anything. But when Vidyavachaspati is in great difficulty to save him, to rescue him, one Brahmana comes and tells him in his ear, the Lord went to Kulyanagar. Now you do whatever, you think about what needs to be done now. Hearing these words, Vidyavachaspati happily embraced the Brahmana. At once he went to everyone and told them the secret. He said, unaware of the truth, you accused me, saying that I was hiding the Lord. I have heard that the Lord is now in Kulyanagar. A Brahmana just now came and told me this. Let us go there. If these words are the truth, then all of you please declare that I am a true Brahmana. Right? I am not cheating you. Calling out Hari, in a moment, everyone very happily left with Vidyavachaspati. So they all now headed toward Kulia. In every direction, there was a great sound of the jewel of sannyasis. Huh? What is the sound? Everyone was making a great sound that the jewel of sannyasis went to Kulyanagar, right? Like say, uh, you know, in Hindi they say Nara, right? You make these slogans when you're marching. So what was their slogan? The jewel of sannyasis went to Kulyanagar. The jewel of sannyasis went to Kulyanagar. Like this, they all headed towards Kulyanagar. Hearing this news, many people in Nadia crossed the Ganga and went to Kulya. So not just those who came to Vidyavachaspati's house, but hearing these slogans on the way, other people also started, oh, let's go to Kulya. Mahaprabhu is in Kulya. Many people in Nadia crossed the Ganga and went to Kulya. That is Navadvip, modern day Navadvip. So from Mayapur, you cross Ganga, then you go to Navadvip. So that Navadvip in olden days, or it is called Kulya. Originally it is Kulya. Today it is called Navadvip. So many people crossed the Ganga, went to Kulya. The crowd that traveled from Vidyavachaspati's village was now millions and millions of times larger. Not millions, millions. Whatever was there, that multiplied by millions. So we don't have the numbers to count. But it was millions and millions of times larger than the one that was gathered in Vidyanagar. Even Anantasesh, with his thousands of mouths, has no power to describe how many people were drawn to Kulya. So please know that any statements given in the scriptures are absolute truth. They are not exaggerations. So when it is said here, millions of times more people went, in Ramayana, we read when all the Vanaras and the rikshas means the bears, and the Vanaras, they gathered in Sri Lanka to find numbers which we don't even know. Like we can count up to crores, right, in Indian system. millions, billions, like that. But crores is nothing. So many thousands of crores put together forms one something. And so many of those thousands of that forms. Like that, there's a long list, Arab and so many are there words. I don't remember now. That means there is a count. There is a count for, and those numbers are huge. We cannot even comprehend what those numbers might be like. That many Vanaras were assembled there. Anywhere you looked, Ravana was standing on his roof and he was looking. Wherever he looked, it was as if up to the sky, he could only see Vanaras everywhere. So many were there, so many. What I'm trying to tell you is, even that number could be counted. Exactly how many, right? And Anantasesh is an expansion of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. What does Anantasesh not know, right? But he could not count. Even Lord Anantasesh could not count how many people assembled there in Kulyanagar. So that's something, right? Even Anantasesh, and Anantasesh with his thousands of mouths, like with one mouth you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. And Anantasesh with his thousands of mouths, with each mouth he's counting a different, right, group of people. Still, he cannot come to the conclusion. He couldn't come to the end of how many people were there. He'll just keep counting, counting, counting with thousands of his mouths, but he couldn't come to the end of how many people were drawn to Kulia that day. From where did these thousands and millions of people come? How did they all cross the Ganga? I do not know. How many boats sank in the middle of the Ganga? Even when that happened, no one died. That's another miracle, right? Thousands of people on one boat, and the boat even drowned, sank, but nobody died. As they sank, the boats would suddenly hit dry land, right? All of a sudden, they would be on the other shore. All this was arranged by Lord Chaitanya's merciful will. Anyone who once sings Lord Chaitanya's name, once, anyone who once sings Lord Chaitanya's name or virtues at once crosses the ocean of repeated birth and death, an ocean that becomes like a calf's hoof print mud puddle. Anyone who once chants the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu crosses the ocean of birth and death. This big ocean becomes like a uh, puddle formed by a calf's hoof print. Why then should it be surprising that everyone successfully crossed the Ganga as they went to directly see Lord Chaitanya? Thousands and millions of people happily swam across the Ganga. Coming to the other side, they embraced each other and called out, Hari! How much money did the ferrymen earn? How many marketplaces and bazaars suddenly sprang up into existence? How many people were there? Another thing, whenever people gather, wherever people gather for any fair or market or whatever, immediately, instantly, you will see so many shopkeepers come, they set up their small shops, either selling different food items or small, different things, they just set up. Here, there were so many people, and everyone was making so much profit. The boatmen were earning so much money. Marketplaces were set up, bazaars were set up, all just instantly. And how many people were there? Whatever one wished in the four directions, one could buy there. Everyone was there. You just think of something, and the shopkeeper is right there. How many people were there? I do not know. The towns, villages, and farmlands were all filled with people. No place was empty. Numberless millions of people made a great sound of Hari. Still, Lord Chaitanya, the jewel of the sannyasis, did not come out. He remained in hiding. This is in Kulia. Mahaprabhu didn't come out. Where was Lord Chaitanya hiding? Searching and searching, Vidya Vachaspati could not find him. After some time of searching for and calling out to the Lord, Vidya Vachaspati finally found Lord Chaitanya. When the Lord was in sight, Vidya Vachaspati, the son of Visharada, at once fell to the ground. and offered Dandavat obeisances. Again and again he recited verses describing Lord Chaitanya's descent to this world. Again and again he bowed down. He said, "To deliver the whole world, you have come in the form of Lord Chaitanya. You have already delivered everyone who has fallen into the well of birth and death." Right? To deliver the whole world, you came here as Lord Chaitanya, and you have already delivered everyone. O Lord Chaitanya, your mercy is like the ocean. Birth after birth, please always stay in my heart. Seeing the whole world plunged in the ocean of birth and death, again and again you mercifully shower ecstatic spiritual love upon it. O peerlessly merciful Lord Chaitanya, please always appear in my heart. Again and again reciting verses like Again and again he offered Dandavat obeisances. I offer my respectful obeisances to Visharada, those two sons, whose two sons were Sarvabhauma and Vidyavachaspati. Lord Chaitanya cast a merciful glance at Vidyavachaspati. Then Vidyavachaspati began to speak, offering Dandavat obeisances, and then folding his hands, Vidyavachaspati said, O noble hearted Lord, please hear. We can't read. Sorry, time is up. We will continue tomorrow. So Vidyavachaspati is saying, "My Lord, please hear my request." What is his request? We will see tomorrow. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much. We'll continue tomorrow.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.